Hi guys, today I'm going to try my hand at the Let's Resin Magic Pour. I haven't done this before. I have not used eco resin before, and I really wanted to, but I've had this for a while now, but I did not have any good colors for it because I watch YouTube videos just like you guys, and I've watched lots of different videos where they show different types of colorants to use with it and how they work out. So I decided I would just wait until I could get me some acrylic ink. I think the acrylic ink is going to do well for me. So this is the mold we're going to use. It makes a little succulent planter. One of my closest friends gave this to me about a year ago. It wasn't too long before she moved away. And so she lives a few hundred miles away from me now, and I'm missing her. So I want to make this up for her and surprise her and send it to her. Just kind of let her know I'm still thinking about her. So anyhow, I'm not exactly sure how much I need. This is completely new for me. So I hope you don't mind going on this little adventure with me. But it says it's 3-to-1, so I'm thinking let's try 300 of the powder, and then we'll do 300 grams of the powder and see how much that puts into the cup. Well, maybe we should start with, let's just start measuring slowly but surely, see what we have. Oh, and by the way, if you notice, I have parchment paper down. That is a little helpful hack tip, or tip hack. Yeah, a helpful little tip hack that I got from one of my other YouTube crafting friends. Her name is Tina at Pour Resin with Love. And she suggested that I use parchment paper when I try and do this. So I will link her, or I will put her name into the description of the video. That way, if you want to check out some of her videos, that would be great. Share the love. Check her out. She has some really cute crafts that she does too. And she has done the eco pours a little bit more than me. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we're up to. Oh, 347. So, let me look here. I think I'm gonna take it up to 400. If I have a little extra, I have a couple molds off to the side to be able to use it still. $400. Woohoo! All right, put the lid back on. Now, if you decide to try this yourself, just remember to turn your fan off first. I do have my fan turned off because this is a very light, fluffy powder. As you can tell, it kept puffing everywhere as I was trying to scoop it out. So let's move that over a little. I'll move this over. So we have 400. So that would be 3-to-1, about 130. About 130 grams. And my understanding is that the EcoPore type resin, the EcoPore type powders, this one is Magic Pour because it's Let's Resin, but that type of stuff. My understanding, it's rather forgiving when it comes to your proportions. You don't have to be nearly as exact with it as you do with your ratios, as you are with epoxy resin. That's actually close because when you subtract the weight of the cup, that makes it right about the 130 amount. So now we can remove the scale, turn it off. That. What I want to do first, I don't want it to be white. I'm going to use the yellow ochre and burnt umber. And what I'm going to do, let me shake it real quick. I'm actually going to put a drop straight into the water and combine it in the water, or a couple of drops. That way all of it will be light colored. There. I just want to soften the look. Okay. And then we can pour this in and start mixing it. There we go. Okay, so now then, it's not really yellow. It's just a very nice light cream color versus the stark white. Stark white is pretty, but that's not what I wanted. So we have that part done. Now we're going to do the burnt umber. All right. Now we'll put a few drops of this in. Do a little stirring, I hope. Hopefully it comes out looking nice. We'll find out. Here we go. Looks kind of like dirt. There. Yay. And I didn't make a huge mess, guys. All right, so now we'll leave this. What is it? I think it's 30 minutes. You could demold. I'm going to leave it for a good hour, honestly. Just because I can demold something doesn't mean I have to. But we do need to thump it around a little bit. Try to get any bubbles that might be stuck on the bottom or in a corner or an edge. Let's hope that's good. All right, there we go. Actually, guys, I need to make a little bit more up because I was noticing it's just barely covering the lowest spot or highest spot. So we'll just mix up a little bit real quick. Now that I've done it once, I at least have an idea of what I should be looking for with its thickness. And I don't need to make up a lot. Alright, guys. Earlier I said something to the effect of you had about a half hour waiting time and you could unmold it. No. Actually, I believe it's 1 hour and then you can demold it. But definitely check your own instructions when you go to try and do this, because I would look at mine, but I put them in a safe place. I don't know where that safe place is because it's not with all the other little pamphlets I have kept for all the other resins that I own and have bought. But yeah, it's in a safe place. I know this. So, anyhow, I went ahead and I actually was working on my computer and such. So I've given it about 3 hours, a little over 3 hours to sit and cure. So it is good. It's very cooled down. So we can go ahead and unmold it now. I've never unmolded eco resin or this mold. By the way, I want to let you know, I learned something today about eco resin. For anyone that goes to try and do this, it reminds me of cornstarch. You know, when you go to mix cornstarch in with water, yes, you have to mix it with the water, not mix the water into it. It makes it a lot easier. That was a problem that I was having. It was sticking to the bottom of the cup while I was trying to mix it. So if you have your water cup and add the magic pour or whatever eco resin you use to it and mix it, you will do so much better, so much easier. Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh. It worked. I was so worried because the other side, the burnt umber looked like, well, dirt. It was very, very particle. It had lots of just little particles in it. It didn't have that nice marbling look. And I thought, well, it's a planter. It looking like dirt, earth, is not a bad thing. But that is what it looks like on the right side. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Well, that's funny. There is a bubble. It went bubble, bubble, bubble. That's amusing. So, anyhow, see, that's what the other side. All the little speckle dots. Thank goodness this side came out like this. This is beautiful. Now then, I wasn't sure if I was going to really be able to do much, but I thought, well, I'll have a couple of little goldfish set up just in case. Maybe put a little water in there, fake water. I don't think so. I think I want to leave it just like this. So I'm going to let this sit, and it does have to have another, I know, 24 hours so it can air dry, and then we'll go ahead and seal it. All right, I've given it 2.5 days to air dry, and I actually even had it up on these little plastic cups so that the air wasn't just on the top, but it could air from the bottom too. So it feels much drier now. So we are going to seal it because I have seen other people's videos where they will go ahead and seal it with different sealers. Beeswax is one of them, and that's the one I'm choosing because my friend, I'm sure she'll put some little bee like succulent plants in here. We don't want to hurt the plants, so it needs to be something that's non-toxic. And this is actually just a scrap piece of old t-shirt. It's perfect soft cloth to use for things like this, and it's a great way to repurpose it. There it is. Look at that. It actually did bring out that burnt umber more. So you have more contrast of the very light pale cream that was the yellow and the burnt umber. I am so happy. Okay, I love the way this came out. And I just want to tell you right now, if you've thought about using the eco resins and you've been a little scared too, don't be. Because if I, who reads the full instructions once 6 months ago, misplaces them, and all that's on the container at this point is just reminding me that it's 3-to-1 ratio, and I'm still able to make something this beautiful with just faint memories of the mix time, the cure time, the air cure time, the cure time to demold, and then the air cure time before you can seal it. If I can still come up with something this beautiful, you can too. I'd love to see your projects too. What do you think of mine? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you later, guys. Bye for now.